b3 is an uninspiring move that prepares to bring the bishop to b2 and attack the center later. d5 is a solid move that takes control of the center after white's cautious first move. Bishop b2 puts the bishop on the long diagonal in a move called a fianchetto. This move is okay, but not what I would have played. Their knight comes into play, attacking the center. You've added an extra layer of protection to your pawn. Their best option was to prepare a bishop for development. Very good choice. They are threatening to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades. That was a fair trade. This is a fair trade. You exchange pieces of equal value. Their recapture simultaneously brings the rook into play. You followed a great opening principle and developed a new piece. Your opponent develops their bishop off its starting square. You are bringing your knight into play, eyeing the central squares. Their pawn attacks your bishop, kicking it out of its current position. Your better option was to move a bishop to safety. A clear recapture. You allowed the opponent to force isolated doubled pawns. Their best option was to force isolated doubled pawns. You get a chance to kick a bishop. You're kicking their bishop out of a useful square. A correct move to get their bishop out of harm's way. Developing a new piece. They slipped up a bit here. Not the worst move, but definitely not the best. Castling on the same side as your opponent and preparing for the middle game. Their knight is now in a stronger position, controlling key areas of the board. Your move fights for the control of the open file. They've made a mistake, and their knight is now lost. You overlooked an opportunity to tactically win a knight. A straightforward recapture. Ouch, you left your pawn hanging. They missed a chance to capture a free pawn. This move will cost you a pawn. They overlooked an opportunity to tactically win a pawn. You found a safer square for your knight. They made one of the top moves in this position. That was an even swap of material. They are threatening to tactically win a pawn. You prevented your opponent from being able to tactically win a pawn. Their rook occupies the 7th rank, aiming to restrict your piece activity. You are threatening to tactically win a bishop. Their best option was to offer an equal trade of pieces. The only move, and you found it. This move left their rook hanging. They missed a chance to win material through a tactic. That rook was yours for the taking. That's not a mistake, but they did not find the best move here. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. Their bishop is now in a more active square. This move attacks your opponent's pawn chain. This move pins your knight to your king, restricting its movement. You trade off equal material. A clear recapture. Not the best move, but not bad either. They took your pawn for free. This move loses a knight. By moving too quickly, they missed the only good move in this position. You're going to end up losing a knight. They missed a chance to tactically win a knight. You had a better option, but this is not bad. Moving their threatened bishop to safety. Good job, that's what I would have played too. Pushing their passed pawn. This is a fine move. They are threatening to win material through a tactic. Your better option was to move a rook to safety. They move the bishop to safety. You are threatening to win a bishop through a fork. They are threatening to win a bishop by trapping a piece. You kick the opposing bishop with a pawn, forcing it away. This move puts their bishop on a safer square. You overlooked a better way to pin a bishop to the king. Their pawn attacks your knight, kicking it out of its current position. Your best move was to move a knight to safety. Their king steps away from the check by your knight. This isn't a mistake, but there was something better for you. A straightforward recapture. Your blockade stops the other player's pawn from moving. Their bishop now occupies a secure outpost. You dodge the check, moving your king out of harm's way. They are threatening to tactically win a bishop. You stopped your opponent from being able to tactically win a bishop. Their passed pawn moves closer to promotion, becoming more dangerous. Your best move was to attack a pawn chain. They overlooked the critical move, not spending enough time to spot it. You missed the only move in a critical position. Precise move from your opponent. A good choice to move your threatened bishop. Their better move was to push a passed pawn. There was only one good move, and you found it. They played the strongest move available. Your best move was to move a rook to safety. You get a chance to win a bishop through a skewer. You overlooked an opportunity to win a bishop through a skewer. A clear recapture. That pawn was yours for the taking. This is the only move that works. Pushing their pass. You won a pawn for free. Their passed pawn moves closer to promotion, becoming more dangerous. Your opponent has to watch that passed pawn. Pushing their passed pawn. Passed pawns must be pushed. By moving too quickly, they missed the only good move in this position. You are threatening to tactically win a pawn. You prevented your opponent from being able to tactically win a rook. The pawn is now promoted to a queen. You promote your pawn to a queen. They move their king out of the check from your queen. This move is okay, but not what I would have played. You get a chance to force eventual checkmate. You missed the quickest checkmate, but the game is still yours. That was the only move. You continue the checkmate attack. That was the only move. Your move gets closer to checkmate. Their king steps away from the check by your rook, getting closer to the forced checkmate. Their king steps away from the check by your queen. Always feels nice to win.